was the previous class. In the previous class, the last topic is Bayesian theory. We consider Bayesian classifiers. In the exam, if you ask Bayesian classifier means you have to write down very basic classification as well as Bayesian theory. These two consider Bayesian classifiers. In the different classifiers, exam they ask means topological Bayesian as well as manipulation classifier and Bayesian theory. About these three things, let's start the other names for the variation will variation network. Okay, here we are going to use here in this probabilistic graph, we are going to represent the relationship between the attributes. That is the conditional determinants in the through directly basic graph. Here random variables is the random response. The relationship between the attributes directly basic. If an everybody not using the response, just ask the test. Okay, coming to the variation belief, probabilistic graph, which is unlike the navigation classifier. Because in the navigation classifier, we are going to use conditional probabilities. But here, in this variation belief network, we are going to define with the relationship between the attributes in the form of probabilistic graph. That is unlike the navigation classifier. Because navigation classifier, we are going to use conditional probabilities. Okay, for prediction, we are going to use conditional probability. We are going to use the unknown classifiers. Yeah, here the dependencies between the attributes we are going to define it on probability graph. Whereas the representation of dependencies among the subset of attributes. Here, the dependencies among the attributes we are going to define. Here, they are comparing the models related to the navigation classifier and the Bayesian view. Okay. Here in this navigation classification, there is assumption for class in the attributes are conditionally independent types. There is assumption called class conditional independence that is there in the navigation classification. But these attributes are conditionally independent from one another. Okay. There is no relationship between the attributes. That is the assumption we are going to take in the navigation class. With the help of this assumption, okay, the navigation classifier is the most accurate in comparison with the all other classifiers. So what is the assumption, guys? Here the conditional independent of one another. Attributes are conditionally independent of one another. One attribute is independent of another attribute. With the help of this assumption, okay, the navigation classifier is the most accurate compared to the all other classifiers. In the exams, guys, comparison of different classifiers. In this slide, you have to mention, okay, the main thing. So because what is the assumption, guys? Here, the attributes are conditionally independent. Okay, the navigation classifier is the most accurate compared to the all other classifiers. Okay, coming to the navigation classifier, it is a graphical model. Here we are going to represent the causal relationship. Here we are going to represent the causal relationship in the form of graphical model. Mainly in this Bayesian network, we have the two components. One we have already discussed, that is directed assembly graph. In that we are going to represent the relationship between the subset of attributes. Addition to that one, we have another one table, that is conditional probability table. Conditional probability. With the help of these two components, we are going to define the Bayesian belief rate. What is the first one? We have already known. That is directed assembly graph. The second one is conditional probability table. The second one is conditional probability table. With the help of these two things, we are going to define the Bayesian belief rate. Okay. Here, each node in this directed assembly graph represents a random variable. Okay. The nodes will represent the random variable in directed assembly, that is DAG. So here the variable may be a discrete or continuous value. Yeah, tell me. వినపడుతుందా వాయిస్ కొంచెం చెప్పండి ఒకసారి వాయిస్ క్లియర్గా ఉంది అప్పుడు 59 ఫైన్ లో ఇంకా లో
బాగానే ఉంది సార్.
బాగానే ఉంది ఓకే ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ చూడండి అమ్మా 59 మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి బాగానే ఉందట ఓకే నేను దాని గురించి కొంచెం వెంటనే చెప్తాను రైట్ ఓకే mainly in the Bayesian belief method we have the two components. One is directly acyclic graph. With the help of the directly acyclic graph, we are going to represent the relationship between the attributes. And the next one is conditional probability. Okay, we are going to represent table. Okay, it contains the probabilistic information. The values in between the all the values in this table are from 0 to 1 because all are probability values. Okay. And moreover, that the node in the directed acyclic graph represents random variable, and that variable is discrete or continuous. Discrete means we can count the values like 1, 2, 3, like these values we count discrete values. Continuous means floating point values, a point something between the values, right? Okay. Next, guys, here they will have the attributes like actual attributes and hidden variables. Okay, both will useful to form a relationship. So the representation of that, we will have the actual attributes as well as hidden variables. Okay, we are going to form a relationship between these two attributes for forming the directed asset. Okay, here in the directed acyclic graph, the arc represents the probabilistic dependencies. For suppose we have a arc from y to z. Okay, we have a arc from y to z. Y we call them as a the parent or immediate predecessor of z, and z we call them as a descendant of y. Okay, z will call them as a descendant of y. Okay, here arc represents the probabilistic dependencies. Okay, and the y to z, the y we call them as a parent or immediate predecessor of z, and the z we call them as a descendant of y. Okay. Let us see this one in the diagram. Okay, here is the directed acyclic graph, guys. Okay, here we are going to represent the relationship between the subset of attributes. Okay, here attributes are family history, smoking, cancer, emphysema, dyspnea, and positive FC. All these are the different attributes. Okay, we are going to form a relationship. But suppose if the two attributes having a connected by one arteries, there is a relationship between them. For example, here the family history artery starting from here and that is ending at lung cancer. That means that there is a relationship between the both of these one guys. Okay, here this one is called as a predecessor of lung cancer, and lung cancer we call them as a descendant of family history. The arc is starting from family history to lung cancer, right? Okay, or suppose guys here there is no arc between the family history and the emphysema. That means there is no relationship between these two subset of animals. Okay, here let us take only arc and I want to explain that one. Okay, here the arc is starting from the family history and that is ending at lung cancer. Means suppose okay in the family history there is any problem related to the lung cancer. Okay, there is a chance of lung cancer for the particular person, the lung cancer for the particular person. Likewise, and smoking history. For the particular person, if there is having a smoking habit, means there may be a chance of lung cancer. In this way, we are going to represent the directed acyclic. Okay. Emphysema means lungs లో ఉన్న holes ఉంటాయి కదా దాంట్లో ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం రావడాన్ని emphysema అంటారు. Dyspnea means difficulty in breathing, we call them as a dyspnea. For suppose our vessels లో ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటే కనుక obviously they are unable to inhale. Likewise, But the particular person having the lung cancer means obviously there may be a chance of dyspnea. Why? Because if the particular person is having a lung cancer means he's unable to breathe. Okay, he's unable to breathe properly. Okay, that is there is a relationship between the lung cancer to dyspnea and the emphysema to dyspnea. Okay, if the person is having a lung cancer or dyspnea, that emphysema, that particular person is unable to inhale. Okay, and moreover, that there is a relationship between the lung cancer to the positive X-ray. That means what is implies guys? Okay, the particular person is having a lung cancer is unable to. That particular person is having a positive X-ray. Okay, positive X-ray. Okay, this is the directed SAT graph representation, guys, and this is the conditional probability table. Here is the conditional probability table. Okay, here we are going to ask only this part, guys. That is family history, smoking, and lung cancer part only we have taken care. Family history, smoking, and lung cancer part only we have to take it. Okay, LC means lung cancer. Negation of lung cancer means not possibility of lung cancer. Family history, S means smoking, H means family history. Here negation of S means the smoking habit is not here. Family history negation means family history there is no problem. Okay, yeah, they both are negation means. Okay, family history and smoking habits not there. That means. Okay, here we have represented the overall this information in the form of probabilistic graph, guys. For suppose guys, particular to this column, okay, family history having a problem related to lung cancer and he is having a smoking habits. Okay, there is a more probability for he is having the lung cancer. That is why the value is 0. Here all the values are in between 0 and 1. Guys. That is why because in this table all the values are probabilistic values. Okay, here the values nearer to 1 means more probability, the narrow is nearer to 0 means less probability. If you observe here guys, the particular person is having a family history related to lung cancer and smoking habit is there, obviously guys there is a more chance for the lung cancer. That is why the value is here 0.8. Okay, if you minus that one with one, then you will get the negation value, that is 0. Okay, likewise the particular person is having a family history related lung cancer. Okay, and there is no smoking habits, obviously the probability will be compared with this one reduced value, that is the 0.5. Okay, 1 minus 0.4, that will use the negation value, that is 0.5. Okay, here family history there is no problem related to lung cancer, but he has having the smoking habit, obviously the lung cancer related one you increases there, that is 0.7. Okay, it is not more than 0.8 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉండదండి. ఎందుకని ఫ్యామిలీ హిస్టరీ అండ్ స్మోకింగ్ హ్యాబిట్స్ మ్యాక్సిమం ఎంత వచ్చిందంటే ప్రాపర్టీ 0.8 కాబట్టి దట్ విల్ బి లెస్ దెన్ 0.8 కాబట్టి దట్ ఈస్ 0.7. And that here this column guys, okay, there is no family history related to lung cancer disease and no smoking habit, obviously guys if he is not having the both the things, obviously the value is 0.7. Obviously the value is 0. Okay, 1 minus 0.1, that is the negation value related to, that is 0.9. Point. Okay. In this way, the probabilistic graph can be represented with the help of Bayesian belief. Okay. Understand, guys? Try to write down this diagram, guys. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Okay, let us proceed this. In the next slide, the explanation related to this one. So what I have explained this slide, that is the explanation here. In this example, guys, lung cancer is influenced by person in the family history. That is why there is art in the lung cancer and the family history. Okay, and moreover that smoking also related to the lung cancer. There is art from smoking to lung cancer. Okay, here emphysema and lung cancer are not at all related. That is why there is no art in the lung cancer and emphysema. Okay, and moreover that positive X-ray is independent of whether the particular person is having a family history of lung cancer and smoking. That is why there is no relationship between the positive X-ray and the smoking and family history. Okay, that is the explanation here. The next one is okay. Okay, otherwise, once we have the outcome of the variable lung cancer, then the variable, the family history and smoking will not provide any additional information regarding the positive X-ray. That's right. Okay. If, positive X-ray means that is related to lung cancer, but this lung cancer is related to the family history and the smoking. But there is no relationship between the family and the smoking to the positive X-ray. Okay. And moreover that this part there is not between the lung cancer and the emphysema. Why? Because those are independent of each other. Emphysema means the lung we have the holes, right? Okay, that there is any problem is that we call them as a emphysema. Okay. And we have the conditional probability table that explains the relationship among the family history smoking of lung cancer. Okay, if the value is nearer to 1 means the maximum value of, okay, if it is nearer to 0 means that is less value. Okay, if we observe here the family history and the smoking habits, obviously there is a more probability for lung cancer, that is why it is nearer to 1, that is 0.8. If you observe here, okay, the family history, there is no problem and no smoking habit, obviously there is a less probability, that is why it is nearer to 0.0. Okay, 0.1 కాబట్టి 0.0 కు దగ్గరగా వెళ్ళాలి. అర్థమవుతుందండి? Right. This way we are going to represent the probabilistic conditional probability tables. Okay. Here we are representing the conditional probability for each known value of lung cancer with each and every possibility combinations. Okay. Till now we have completed the fourth unit, guys. The fourth is only main three topics: Bayes theorem, okay, navigation classifier, and Bayesian belief network. These three topics. Okay. In the exam, they sometimes they ask like this. Okay, the Bayesian classifier also they sometimes they ask. Okay, Bayesian classifier means you have to write it down related to navigation classifier as well as Bayesian belief network. Okay. Sometimes they ask navigation classifier. You have to take some time example. You have to solve the problem also. Okay. Right. Okay, Bayes theorem is related to probabilities, guys. Conditional probability. The same thing that if the Bayes theorem is used in the navigation classifier, that is why it is also conditional probability. Okay, in the navigation classification also we are going to use the conditional probabilities, guys. Okay. Whenever the probability is there, the values are in between 0 and 1. 0 means the least value, 1 means the highest value. Okay. Till now we have completed the fourth unit. Let us proceed for the fifth unit. Okay. And what is the name of the lesson is association analysis. 15 it is association analysis. Okay. Let us see the syllabus related to the unit. Okay. In the 15th unit, we are going to mainly concentrate frequent item set generation. Okay. As well, in that we are going to discuss about peak growth algorithm and a priori growth and a priori algorithm. After that, we are going to generate the different rules for association. Different rules for association. Okay. Finally, what is the main thing we have to get is the frequent item sets. In these things, what is a peak growth or a priori algorithm? We are going to find out the frequent item set. Okay, in the set of transaction, which transaction is a frequent one? We are going to find out the of this a priori algorithm as well as FP group. The main association analysis is we have to explain these details. That is the a priori algorithm as well as FP group. Okay. Write down the syllabus, guys. Till it, we have that somewhat problematic items. Okay. They will use the different transaction and item sets corresponding to the rule. We have to find out the frequent item set as well as the rule generation also we have to do. For frequent item set generation, we are going to use the two algorithm, FARA algorithm and FTP. Okay, guys. This is the syllabus related to the association. This is the syllabus related to association analysis. Okay, normally guys, every day in the enterprise business enterprises, the lot of huge amount of data is generated, okay, in the form of different transactions. If you take the example here, we have taken the market basket transactions, guys. Okay, here five number of transactions are there. Okay, in the each transaction, what are the items they have purchased? They have given here. Like in the first transaction, they have purchased bread and milk, and the second transaction they have purchased bread, diapers, beer, and eggs. In the third transaction, they have purchased milk, diaper, beer, and cola. Cola like. Okay. In the fourth transaction, they have purchased bread, milk, diapers, and beer. And the fifth transaction, they have purchased bread, milk, diapers, and cola. Okay. If you observe here, guys, related things like the diaper and beer. That is there in the second transaction. Diaper, beer. That is there in the third transaction, and diaper, beer in the fourth transaction. Okay, means okay. This is the example for frequent items. Guys. Okay, here these two items are purchased together, and it is repeated. Okay, three times out of five transactions. Okay, okay, here what is the association rule is whenever they have purchased the diaper, they have purchased the B. That is the association. Frequent item set means what is the items that is appear frequently here. Diapers and beer appear twice. Here also twice. Okay, that is why the frequent item set here is diapers and beer. Okay, from that what is the association rule? Whenever they have purchased the diapers, they will purchase the beer. In this way, we are going to return X arrow Y means okay. Whenever they purchase X, they will purchase the Y. Here diapers to beer means whenever they purchase the diapers, they will purchase the beer. This is the association rule we got it from the input data. That is the basket market basket transaction. Okay, write down your installers. Okay, we use the information related to what is the different item set and what is the association. Okay, guys, in the association analysis, we are going to find out, we are going to get the unknown information. What is the unknown information here, guys? Okay, here is the set of transactions are there, five transactions. Okay, in that what is the frequent item set? Okay, we found out is this one, diapers and beer. Okay, in addition to this frequent item set, we will have the different frequent item sets also. Okay, ఒకటే కాకుండా చాలా కూడా ఉన్నాయి అన్నమాట. Like take bread milk. Here milk is there, bread milk is there, bread milk is there. That is also one of the frequent items. Okay, here are the diapers, beer to part. There is a different item sets also there. Okay, this is the one. From this one, what is the association when we get it is diapers. Whenever we purchase the diapers, we will purchase the beer. Okay, that is a one association. Okay. We are going to find out the unknown values from the given input data. Okay, let us go for the next slide. Here is this is the example related to the market basket transaction. Okay, in the ID in the table, what are the different things? ID is there. Okay, transaction ID is there, and what are the items they have purchased? Also, we have included in this market basket transactions. Okay, two columns are there. One is ID and one is items. Okay. For the first transaction, we have purchased the two items. In the second transaction, four items. This is the market basket transactions. Okay. Okay, let us see what is meant by the association analysis. Okay, association analysis means discovering the interesting relationship in the large amount of data set. We call them as the association analysis. Okay, in the association analysis, we are going to get the interesting relationship in the form of associate in the form of association. Here, what is the unknown information we got it here from this one? Okay, the three transactions are repeated for these diapers and that is the frequent item set. From that one, association rule is whenever we purchase the diapers, we are going to purchase the. Okay, in the shop, if they maintain these two items in stock means okay, the business will be increased. That is the understanding. Okay, okay. Here, with the help of this association analysis, we are going to discover the interesting relationship, and moreover that we are going to find out the uncovered relationship. Okay, that will be represented in the form of association rule that we have seen previously, or that will be in the form of set of frequent items. Uncovered relationship. How we are going to discuss? Okay. From by this data, what we have get is okay, we can get the frequent item set as well as if you get the frequent item set, we are able to easily find out the association rules also. Okay, with the help of this association analysis, we are going to find out the frequent item. We are going to discover the unknown results. Yes. Unknown. Okay, unknown analysis or unknown results. Okay, that will be in the form of frequent item set as well as association rules. That is the they have explained. Okay. What is the main importance of association analysis, guys? Discovering the interesting relationship, or you can say the uncovered relationship. Okay, now we are going to represent the uncovered relationship with the help of association rule or set of frequent item sets. Set of frequent item. In the example, what is the period? Diapers are frequent item set. In that association rule is whenever we purchase the diapers, they are going to purchase the feed. That is the association rule we got. Okay. Again, they have taken the display numbers. What is the frequent item set and what is association? Okay. From the market basket transactions. These are all the different transactions purchasing by the different person. One transaction is for one particular person. Okay. Here, 5% are purchasing the different items. First person, bread milk. Second person, 4 items. Third person, 4 items. Likewise, they have purchased the different items. Okay, in the market. Okay, those information will be there. From that, what is the unknown information we have extracted with the help of association analysis? That is the frequent item set. These two are the frequent item set, and this is the association. Yes, let us proceed. The problem definition is this description basic technologies used in the association analysis. Okay, for representing the description of task. Okay. The mainly the association is analysis is here to represent the description of the task. For representation for description, we are going to use the binary representation. This is one of the form for representing the information. Okay, for the market basket data that can be represented in the help of binary format tables. Okay, here it will be in the form of rows and the columns. The rows will represent the transactions and column will represent the different items. Guys. Okay, in this way they are going to represent the overall information for the market basket data. Okay, here the market basket data will be represented in terms of binary format. It will have the rows and the columns. The rows will correspond into the transactions and the columns will correspond into the different items. Okay, in the data, in the tabulated information, one represents the item is present. Means that particular transaction, particular person have purchased that item. Zero means they have not purchased the item. Okay, understand this way? Okay, the next one is how we are going to represent the tabulated information in the form of binary representation also. You will see, and then you can easily understand. First, read this slide, guys. Let us see this data in the form of binary representation. Here is the normal description, guys. With the help of binary representation, how we are going to represent. Okay. In the rows wise, it contains the transaction 1 to transaction 5. In the columns, we will have the different items. Like what are the different items here? We are going to represent here. Like bread, milk, diapers, beer, eggs. All we are going to represent it here. Okay. The rows will represent the transactions that is purchased by different persons. The columns will represent the different items that is available in the supermarket. Okay, zero represents means in the particular transaction they have not purchased that item. One represents means okay in the particular transaction they have purchased that item. If you see example here, the transaction one for the bill zero it means in the transaction one for the particular person they haven't purchased the bill, but they have purchased this bread milk. Okay, for the second transaction they have purchased the bread. Okay, beer, diapers and eggs. One means they have purchased that item, zero means they have not purchased that. In this way, we are going to represent the information in the form of binary way. Okay, simple thing, guys. Okay, here the bread is purchased, we have to place one, and milk they have purchased, we have to place one. That's it. Okay, all the remaining things we have to place zeros. Okay, your item set means all the items they have purchased. Okay, I want to ID. Okay, it contains the different items that is there in the supermarket. And the T1 means it contains the transaction details. T1 is one transaction, T2 is the second transaction, and each transaction they will purchase the different subset of items from these I. Okay, అర్థమవుతుందండి ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ లో వచ్చేపాటి అన్ని ఐటమ్స్ కొనాలి లేదు బట్ దే విల్ పర్చేస్ ద సబ్సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఐటమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దీస్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఐడి. Okay, here n number of transactions are there, that is a thing. Okay, the each transaction TA that contains the subset of items that is chosen from I. Okay, the item ఈ transaction లో వచ్చేపాటికి అన్ని ఐటమ్స్ కొనాల్సి ఉంటుంది, they will purchase the subset of transactions. For example here, okay, in the first transaction they have purchased only bread and milk, they haven't purchased the wheat, diapers, eggs and tea. Okay, that is why this is a subset of items, subset of items, in the different transactions. Okay, here the collection of items, one or more items we call them as a k items. For example, milk, bread, diaper, that is a one subset of items in the overall item set, that is I. Okay, we call them as a k item set, we call them as a k item set. If you take this one, this is a one k item set and this is one k item set. Why? Because these are the different items. Okay, in that we select the subset of items that we call them as a k items. Okay, one or more items we call them as a k items. Example is milk, bread, diaper, that is an example for k items.